Hi, welcome to a session for Inspired by New Orleans. Made a scroll made in your name and essence. At some point in time, I will try and get it on eBay. The link is below if you can visit my link tree at some point in time. But here is the scroll inspired by New Orleans. Whoop, there we go. Beautiful. And this is what we're going to utilize to read today. And we'll see what's going on with New Orleans. New Orleans, I'm not sure. But it's what came through, so we're going to go with it. See what spirits. We'll get the spirit box rocking and rolling for Narlands. I think maybe that's just the way I think it said, but I don't actually know. Okay, let's go. New Orleans.
I hear you.
Okay, seeing a smile.
Child.
We're in the aura of New Orleans. Aura of New Orleans. If any spirits want to step forward as we activate the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. I'm seeing like a jet or some sort of flying object. I don't know if it's making marks in the air, like, or a symbol is in the air. I know very little of actual New
here?
Orleans, so forgive me, but it might actually work to my benefit here. I'm seeing a signature.
Donate.
Seeing a signature. I don't know the history of New Orleans or if there's some sort of contract made spiritually or energetically. I feel like something's tied up in this signature. Can somebody buy a town or a village or again, I don't know. Maybe it's a prominent person of New Orleans. Time frame being I'm seeing a hat, so it is a male. It's like a top hat.
Where?
I'm also seeing Frankenstein with the bolts at the neck. It's almost like maybe the signature of sorts restricted something. Yeah, it doesn't feel well of why it did. Restrict. It feels like an energy.
Good morning.
It's almost as if, good morning. It's almost as if I may, if I'm in here. So this is like that signature I'm seeing with the top hat. But this is what it's like, the kind of malicious nature of it. But then as I dig in deeper, I see this as either an owl or a devil. And there's two
Virgo
energies, entities feeding something. I don't know if
laughing.
The residents of New Orleans, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, feel this or have an understanding of something from long ago. Something about a signature. Again. I feel like a lot of people have been working towards undoing the ties that bind from a different timeline. There's a wisdom there. A lot of things happen at night. Gargoyles.
Aquarius.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, I'm seeing either a bed frame or I'm seeing into the windows of
Gemini.
A graveyard, somebody who's passed. Sorry, I'm going to get my Scrying out here. Okay, so I'm in like little windows. I can see just like I'm squinting almost. I'm not sure if I'm seeing in someone's bedroom of perhaps this prominent person or persons that signed something in regards to the energy of the town, because there's something about it. They kind of got eaten by their own doings. Does that make sense? I'm not sure. They kind of did. They're reaping something about that action. And now, oh, okay, so now I'm seeing the ghosts of the past come together to make one being, and lifting this hat that represents past things off. Time.
Brave.
Need time. It's almost
Stress.
like in honor of those of the past that might have existed at certain times in the history that contended with different overbearing energies. Legacy of light is the lifting. That's that lifting.
11.
This legacy that is lifting, like all the ghosts of the past that are they
Energy.
yes, they are energy because they don't see in physical form anymore. Like they're not, oh well, they might have, different cultures, different earthly expressions of people, of humans. They don't see that anymore. It's all energy working towards the legacy of light. There's a wisdom
Up.
that those were just
What happened to me?
suits to hold a
Watching
soul.
you.
Okay, I'm coming down a little bit. Follow your
Invisible.
path, seeing the true you, power of attraction. Ooh, and visions of life beyond death. This is a whole like poker hand that came out here. And I'm going to take a boo to throw it down here as inspiration as I move through your scroll. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your awesome awareness and being a guest in the aura of New Orleans. Kind of like a remote Rorschach, like remote viewing. Okay. Visions of life beyond death. This is what the spirits of what I'm feeling of New Orleans are doing. They still hold visions of the life of this. Who are you? Some sort of woman. Stern. Stern in her face,
Undecided.
but solemn. She has sorry. She feels apologetic. I'm sorry, which brings her forward in sorrow. She looks like she has small ears, and I don't know if she's wearing like a bonnet or something like that. Yeah. She's coming forward for apologies to maybe what she added to the aura of her timeline, because it's quite old. She's adding to the forgiveness, to the change.
Water.
She was not following her own rhythm. She was following a collective rhythm. And she didn't know the full understanding of that collective rhythm. I think she was even like abused, like hair pulled and something along that lines. Or maybe this is somebody in New Orleans you can resonate with. I don't know. But thank you for joining me and empathically exploring. She's part of the legacy of light now.
In front of you.
But she wanted to express her sorry and transform her sorrow. Seeing the true you.
Again.
This is what I was talking about, the spirits. They no longer see in time frames and forms, skin color, dress wear. I don't know how to explain all the differences that they because they don't see it that way anymore. So that's how they're working to lift this top hat of the signature that was made. I don't know who this group was or this person that actually signed on behalf of a group of people.
Yes.
But it's, I almost like who are you to do that? Like, who are they? But then something comes in about free will and the totality of free will. But it actually engaged the opposition, if I may, to heighten their light. Cleansing the sight. Power of attraction. Power of attraction. I hear this is not a fight. This is not a fight. There's no hair pulling. No more hair pulling at the past or the present. The future of maybe like New Orleans is really trying to...
Bloody.
I feel like there was a lot of like abuse of blood in the past. And it always comes into like this triangle of power. Like there's a power conflict or a power. And I don't know why. As I don't think that's the point. For me anyway. But there's power struggles. But it's like when one power activates the other power. So it's an irony of everyone's actually activating each other.
Fear. I need to go.
All right, you can go, love. You can go. You can head to the light. Thank you. Yep, the woman is gone. Thank you. Thank you for sending your forgiveness and your sorrows and your sorry. Something's been working on like the bulb.
Donate.
The bulb of something. Something is really old. I'm seeing alligators. Really, really, really old. These alligators are connected to something like in the mud. I don't know if there's swamps or murky waters in New Orleans. Or there was at some point in time murky water. I'm going to stop. I don't know.
Bible.
And they're pulling things out of the mud. Lady of Submersibles in the water. It's almost like bringing them into an exposure. I don't know if something in history was exposed or I don't know. Maybe even in the present time. I just heard the past is being relived in the present if it's not perceived as a problem. But again, problem is like a truth. It's always personal perception, different ideas, different morals, different ethics, different values. I'm drawn back to the spirit realm. They see nothing the way we do anymore. These spirits are not earthbound spirits. These spirits are people like from ancestors my awareness can't even perceive of. And they're saying, we do not see things that way. Not because we are better, this, that, or the other. Because this is how we have grown to learn, working through differences being the divinity. Differences being part of the divine expressed. Empress is also here.
No.
And they send, I don't know if it's sending help in the present moment for those that are heeding it. And they're working with this legacy of light, which also activates the dark. But there's something about the dark. It's like they're, and when I say dark, it doesn't need to be all dramatic like. It's a partnership. And it's actually trying to bring the dark. These old ancestors are trying to bring the dark, if I may, closer to the light.
Red.
Not a punishment. It might agitate the dark. But it's like the light and the dark are trying to merge to come closer to the same. Not the same. I'm seeing fog.
Statue.
I'm seeing fog. I don't like the same tone of gray. To clear the fog, clear the air. To coexist, but closer to each other, less extremes. To alleviate the power struggle. I'm seeing women on their knees, but they're doing something sacred, like a sacred dance or something like that. It's a sacred dance. I
Fly.
less than qualified to express it. Maybe it's conjuring a flight of something or an air. There's water. There's a fountain. Water bearing. It reminds me of Mississaugas of the Credit. The women are the water bearers, like the mothers of water, and they work with water. They do water walks. They do all this stuff with water. Forgive me, I don't know. That's what it's reminding me of. The women of New Orleans. New Orleans again. I don't know which one. Okay, so thank you. These empresses working with the water of other spirits that are working with them, needing help. This includes earthly beings, even if the earth people are or residents are blind. There's no judgment to blindness.
God.
It's an understanding. Yes, we are one. Everyone has their part to play. And as this dance of sorts is being done, it comes into like this cave or cavern that is another set of
Stop recording.
eyes. I am not going to stop recording, but thank you for your opinion. In this cave or cavern, I feel like I'm seeing a blip of history
Daft.
somewhere else. Daft. Is that like a British word? I'm seeing like witches
Sailor.
or
37. Emma.
maybe like 1937. I don't know if New Orleans has
Hill.
like the same
Where?
history as like Salem, like there's a burning of witches or something along that lines. But I feel like something, or again, dark. I could say witchcraft, but I feel like that's not the right word at all. Ritual. I'm going to say ritual. Thank you. That's not the deck. Moving over there. Thank you. And it was like conjuring something to go into the water.
Follow you.
I don't know what they were conjuring out, but I am being brought back now because these women that are doing this dance, they're lionesses.
Sing.
Lionesses. Okay, they're lions, and they are clearing it out now. I think if you're there, if you're resonating New Orleans residents, you are, or if your soul resides there, or you have a soul connection, you don't have to actually live there to be a resident, because I'm not stuck in this
Fear.
timeline. I'm not speaking of just, here and now of this lifetime. You might have resided in New Orleans a long time ago. Maybe I did. I don't know. But if you feel the connection, if you feel the call, you're adding to this lioness. I'm seeing like hookahs or something like that. I feel like this is the male energy I'm wandering into. Okay. Something very ornate about sorry, I'm seeing something ornate. Is New Orleans ornate?
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm trying to think of I think I might only know like movies and stuff, but even then I'm not sure if the spirit is captured well, but I kind of feel like it is. It might be exaggerated, but that's okay. There's lots of creatures or energies that dance around this place, this town. Yeah, there's lots of like dancing and uh, movement, and some in circles, some linearly,
Virgo.
some like music,
No regret.
some like triangles. Okay, sorry. I apologize. Sorry, not sorry. I'm coming down back to the male energy. The hookahs. Yes, I saw you over there, Magic of You. Samadhi, perfect acceptance. It's time to lead. Witch, the magic you seek is inside of you. Let it flow. Ooh, there is an aura about New Orleans that I
Me.
dig.
Stephanie.
Hi, hello. There's the spirits, including those. When I say spirit, I'm not necessarily talking about the afterlife. It's also the alive, like after, before life, like right now. You and I, the spirit of those living and beyond. The legacy of light is adding to this perfect acceptance to those that are living that are willing to receive it and they're willing to lead with it, male or female. I'm talking about energies, the earthly expressions being what they are, those differences being divine. That's all. The witch, talking about that witchcraft that didn't feel like witchcraft, but it's something along that like ancient paganism, something about the moon and intuition. Okay.
Dirty.
Dirty water, cleaning it up. We're in the mail. There's like a Teddy Ruxpin. I don't know if that symbol means anything to anyone. Teddy Ruxpin.
Bathroom. School.
Oh, there's those moons. The male energy is actually working with the moon, typically feminine. But I'm seeing it, the males working with the moon. I feel like when the moon is in a particular place, when I'm there, I see a lot more male spirits out and about.
Peace.
Maybe it's just male energy working. Maybe that's the time.
Hide now.
People work in pairs. Spirit works in pairs. It could be the male and female energies, actual
Dining.
spirits. Let's say dining,
Agreed.
yeah, because they're eating on something. Eating and feasting.
Scratch.
The light and the dark feast on the same thing. I just heard something. Oh, there's some sort of sacrifice somewhere. Something sacrificey. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to determine it. Maybe the signature. But I'm seeing them eat the same thing.
I hear you.
I don't know how to rationalize that or express it through linear language. Because I don't know what time I'm in. If this is recent, when things come up. 3 of Wands. What is this? What do we have over here? I feel like I turned them. The Prohibitionist. Maybe I'm in the Prohibition era. 4 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. Okay, so I might be in the Prohibition era.
No thanks. Peak.
And people were, oh, sorry, I'm getting ready to close out here. I don't want to take up too much of your time. And even the dark and the light, those, everyone needed to like numb out. It could be around that time. It doesn't have to be in that time. So something about the water, deep roots and water. I don't know
Bike.
if your water's really, really old. Does that make sense? That's a very odd statement to say. To age water, or I don't know. Maybe just the land is old and there's like deep roots. Sacrifices create burdens because it's like, how do you forgive and forget? And I keep coming back over here, and it's like, I feel like there's something
Tiffany.
humanly misunderstanding when that statement is made, because it's coming from here, not from spirit. To understand it fully, how do I release the burdens from before?
Guilty.
Yeah, how do you forgive the guilty? By
Make
not
a noise.
by not being guilty by yourself, by holding these things hostage within oneself. Something also could have been about religion, or religion is very prominent. I'm seeing somebody like, I don't know if they're rowing, or they've got like chains on camels, or some sort of large,
Cover. Gabriel.
I don't know. It's like I'm controlling something. Oh, I'm controlling the talking between the two. Between the two. Could be the spirit and, the afterlife and the living, or the past to the present. It's like something's on like a topple thing or a top, and like it could go either way. But there's also like a tug of war happening. There's also a tug of war happening. What is that I want to add on here? Why is this tug of war happening? And I'm seeing like battle. But then this diamond eye comes through
Alexander.
with this very
Sean.
chess piece, if I may, New Orleans. Chess piece. And it's willing to work with all, both, either. As long as there's something about an understanding, inner trust, something about
Canyon.
an understanding, whatever it is one may understand, to trust that, and to fully understand the scope,
Yes.
the roots of it. The burdens you carry might even be misunderstood. Oh, I'm being brought back up to the lioness fountains workers, and up to the top where there's music and they're smiling, because even at the darkest of days, there's always a reason to smile. Midnight. It feels like that top could go either way. Time, graveyard. There's always a reason to smile. Midnight in the graveyard. There's unnecessary fear. Death is on the bottom. The most magical hour of all. Maybe there's like celebrations that happen in New Orleans at certain times of the year. I'm not sure. I'm not going to read the reverse right now, but thank you, New Orleans, for being my muse. I am completely honored and inspired. I am quickly through here. I'm seeing like an Elmira or Elvira character, and I'm seeing like lots of lace and drapery. This is all like coverage. These layers are coverage, like almost a physical expression of the veils, if I may. Physical expression of the veils.
Blood.
I'm also seeing, okay, so apparently I am reversing it and I'm digging right in. Was it Hannibal Lecter? Yeah, Hannibal Lecter, or something along that lines.
I said no.
That has been quieted for now. And this work is all leading towards some sort of legacy. Again, I don't want to get stuck on the timeline. It's about the children of the future, the children of the past, we as children, even as adults, because it's all one. Like, everyone's coexisting in different degrees of divinity and damnation at the same time. Living meat suits, bodies, densities to different layers of divinity. It is all
Imprisoned.
all part and parcel of the whole perspective. All part and parcel of the whole perspective. New Orleans, if I ever can make my way down to visit, I thoroughly look forward to such. Thank you very much, Ice Sky Spirits, for having a voice and sharing anything possibly that may resonate with the residents of any time and place. Maybe listening. Yeah, I'm digging it. It's also something like sacred about a circle. Maybe your power spot. I don't really know. I don't know New Orleans, but something. Sacred circles. Maybe there's ceremony. Maybe there is ceremony. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for being my muse. And like I said, if at some point in time I can take pictures of this and get this tiny tapestry on eBay, the link is below in the shops. Or you know what, you can also comment if you want to get ahead of it and we can discuss it. All right. Thank you. Until next time.